I'm going to explain the writing portion of our author's purpose and point of view animal project. Once you have your animal drawn in the top middle box and you have your boxes labeled persuade, inform, entertain, explain, and describe, it's time to start adding the writing piece to this project. So on the persuade box, you're going to write a paragraph which consists of 4 to 5 sentences of why should someone have your animal as a pet. So I have each of these boxes labeled for what point of view you're going to write in. And on the bottom, you can see some of those clue words that you are going to need to include in your paragraph. You're going to want to be creative with this. An anteater. So why would someone want to have an anteater as a pet? I could talk about how you should have an anteater as a pet to help control insects around their house. I could talk about how having an anteater would be helpful to the environment and because anteaters are endangered and that could help their population grow. Some of you that maybe drew an alligator or a crocodile or maybe a shark, you're still just having fun with this and being creative. You could talk about how an alligator would make the best bodyguard, and everyone should have a crocodile for a pet because you would never have to worry about getting picked on because who would want to go up against a crocodile? So you're having fun with this, but making a strong case as to why someone should have your animal as a pet. That's the persuade box. Moving down to inform, you're writing this paragraph in third person. These are the words that you want to use: he, she, him, her, they, and them. You're going to provide information on your animal's diet, their habitat, or both. So, depending on how much information you find, if you need more sentences in your paragraph, talk about both diet and habitat. If you have enough with just talking about one, that's fine too. Remember, for all of these boxes, you need 4 to 5 sentences minimum. That's a paragraph in 6th grade. So you're informing, you're giving us factual information. He eats such and such, or they live in this type of climate, which is located in this area of the world. Moving on to the entertain box. You are writing this one in first person. Now, this one's fun too because it's another creative writing. Entertain is meant to entertain the reader, the audience. You're making them have fun and enjoy the story. So, you're going to write about your animal's first day of school. So maybe they're really scared. Maybe it's a porcupine and it's going to be hard for them to carry a backpack. Maybe it's a fish and they don't really have a back that a backpack fits on, or maybe they're worried about not fitting in, or the options are limitless. So you're writing a paragraph about the first day of school as experienced by your animal. So you need to use the words I, me, my, we, or our. Explain is another paragraph written in third person. You have 2 boxes written in third person, 2 boxes written in first, and then the only second person point of view is your persuade paragraph. Explain is explaining something, how to do something in detail. So you can choose one of these 4 bullet points. You don't have to do all 4. You just choose one of the 4 that you have the most information to discuss in your paragraph. The words you're going to use are he, she, him, her, they, or them. And your options include how your animals benefit humans. You could explain their camouflage techniques. Do they change colors to hide from their prey? You could talk about how they hunt for their prey. Or you can discuss how they care for their young. So these are 4 options. You pick one of them and explain in detail in a step-by-step manner. You could do that route, or just in a detailed description of how they accomplish one of those 4 bullet points. Our last author's purpose type is describe, and this is going to be in first person. Describe is where you want to use as many of your 5 senses as possible. Now, maybe you don't know what a lion smells like. I get it. But you're trying to imagine what these 5 senses might be. So first person is the I, me, my, we, or our, and you're describing in detail your animal's appearance. So the kicker is it's in first person. You want to make sure you're saying, I have a beautiful silky red fur coat that feels like a warm blanket. So you have to write this in first person and try to incorporate as many of the 5 senses as possible.